Yo, what's going on, everybody? We got one fight left. Sorry about. Yeah, it's my Sunday afternoon, 1:30. I usually don't get to live stream during fights because I want to be able to have a life as well. You know what I mean? My girlfriend would get so pissed at me if I live streamed every single weekend, every single fight, considering how much time I put into this. This is a passion project of mine. So if you guys are new to my channel, I say welcome. If you've been here since day one, I say thank you. Make sure as you tap in, you like this video. Make sure you subscribe, guys. Pinned in the comment section below. Access to our Discord. Guys, the Discord is popping. That's what you're seeing on the screen right now. Guys, we've been winning, winning, winning. It's what we do. It's only a couple bucks a month to join. We started it 12 weeks ago. We're about 253 people now in the Discord. It's a pro betting Discord. It's not just boxing though. It's MMA, it's football, it's soccer, it's NHL. The boys, we have a couple moderators in there, so it's not just myself running the Discord. It's the boys running the Discord. This is a live look, and I'm gonna go over what I hit so far today. I gave you guys free game all week, boys. You're gonna have to start calling me Dog the Bounty Hunter. So we got one fight left. We got the heavyweight main event here on DAZN. We got Pero versus Jordan Thompson. So I'm gonna be streaming that play by play. To answer your question, we got Jairus Kaluza in the house, Bobsy in the house. This is the main event on DAZN. This is top. I mean, you can't really call him a prospect. He's a contender now. Pero, he's taking on Jordan Thompson. 6'4", 6'6". The money is not quite 3-1. Thompson's the dog. So I gave you guys this. So these are the Discord boys. If you join our Johnny Says Insider VIP group, you get more access on the YouTube channel. You get more access on the live streams, but more importantly, you get access to my Discord. This is where we put all of our bets. I gave you guys this last Monday. Lyndon Arthur at plus money. I told, this was every week I give you guys the dog. Last week, it was Kameda to beat John Casimiro. It wasn't even last week. Guys, we've been eating. We've hit the Filipino card. We hit every fight in Canada, and we need one more to come through. We need, I got Pero taking on Thompson. So I gave you guys the underdog of the week. These are my other tips, but you can only see them if you're in the Discord. I gave you guys this ticket. This was Canada. Not a lot of shockers here. This was a plus 210 7-leg all money line. Gave this to you guys. Hopefully you guys are following. And then, there's my OG pick. I gave this to you earlier in the week. That's when I put 100 on Lyndon. He was 255. At the beginning of the week, he dropped to 235. Then we ended up getting, this was the Philippines. So that our winning, we hit every week. Don't get it twisted. I take this shit very seriously. I get offended when I miss one fight. So this was the Philippines, $2.10. Nothing shocking here. There were a couple. This was the Philippines and Canada combined. We had Marcial and Jerusalem. Jerusalem made us sweat it out. Marcial got dropped, he kind of does, but everything came through there. And we just need one more now. What I'm going to do is, as this main event gets started, I'm going to let you guys see the live stream in the Discord, because if you guys don't know how it works, it's a good sort of insight. So this is up to date. The cool thing about this is you get to see the boys live betting. So if you guys are the type to bet on these fights, whatever book you use, the Discord is a great source. Use these guys because it's an up-to-date sort of thing. So told you to cash out. DJ says FanDuel never gave me my option to. Adu hit the decision. Brick says no, that was someone else. So this is the ongoing Discord chat. To get into the Discord, just click that link. Boxing fan, hit that like button. Walk through the door, baby. Boxing fan, my guy. We're doing a lot of good things behind the scenes. Boxing fan helping me out a lot. You could call him a moderator. He's a moderator on the channel. He's been helping me on the Discord. Appreciate you, big dog. Julius, big dog. We knew it. The big fella, me and Jay had it right. We called it all week. We don't always get it right, but when we do, it's good to talk about it, right? There was a lot of pushback too, Julius. In the chat, you saw, as soon as Lyndon Arthur won, even in our haters, which we need hate. We don't need an echo chamber. The last thing I ever wanted to do was create a Discord where we all agree on everything, right? But even when Lyndon Arthur came through at 275 or 270, boys in the Discord were like, "Oh, it wasn't that big of a. We should have saw that one coming." Everybody said Lyndon Arthur. No, they didn't, fool. Don't move the goalposts. A lot of you boys picked Bradley Ray to beat Lyndon, so don't try to switch and flip flop now. Own and stand on your business. Yeah, Matthew had us. He looked good for a little bit, right? But we knew that was going to be a sweaty fight. He's talking about Matthew and Finn. We knew what we were getting ourselves into with that matchup. Matthew, 20, 21 years old, was going up against a 35-year-old vet. I said it all week. I like the way they were moving Matthew. At this stage of the game, for them to pair him up against a 35-year-old grizzled veteran, it shows you that their camp believes in him, and it was a good step-up fight. He did what he had to do to get it done. Follow Mike TV. I got fucked with the draw. God damn it. You're talking about that Yoelvis Gomez fight? Yeah, I mean, I didn't break that fight down. Gary gave it to us on the live stream. I can't be mad at it. Bet365, guys, if you're Aussies, use Bet365 because the draw will not ruin your parlay. If you're in Australia and you're betting with Sportsbet, the Yoelvis Gomez fight screwed you if you played that. But if you had Bet365 in Australia, the Yoelvis Gomez draw just voids and your parlay stays live. Not really sure, but his opponent hasn't fought since 2023. I figure set. Okay, so we're talking about the main event, Pero versus Jordan Thompson. The last time we saw Jordan Thompson, he got stopped against Jaya Patai. Pero's a guy, don't get it twisted, boys. They built this card, the one we're about to watch, around Pero. So the money, the smart, the odds have him as like a 2-1. I think it's gonna be close. We'll see. I got Pero on the money line, fingers crossed. Nah, Johnny, great call. No one called Lyndon like you, sure. I appreciate you, Sal. It's just like, Sal, from my end, because I put so much out there every week, you guys get everything from me. You know what I mean? My wins, my losses. But it's the minute I lose, and I know this going into it. The minute I lose, I'm gonna get attacked, which is fine. I got my old high school basketball coach used to say, after we would have an L, he'd go, "Yo, go tell your parents it's my fault. I got big shoulders, I could carry it." So I know how it goes, but it's funny to see in our group, even when we get it right, you got some haters in the group. So everyone in the Discord who is a hater, I say thank you. I really do, because we're all family in the Discord. We don't have to agree on everything. So let's get after this. Is anybody taking Jordan Thompson? Does anybody want to come on the live and with me right now? All the Discordians, if you guys want to come on, just jump on. Mike, do you want to come on the live? Bath boy got Pero. Same. Let's go, Bath. Let's go, Bath. Me too. Me too. Look, I've done good this week. We hit really well. We've hit enough to cash out. But if Pero comes through, we're eating. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're just sort of like we're at the buffet. You pay one price to get in. The buffet, it got lobster and crab legs. But sometimes you don't want to go to the buffet. You want to go to that high-end restaurant that spins. It's at the top level of the building in the city, and it's rotating. You get to see the skyline. So, we're already at the buffet eating lobster and crabs. But if Pero hits, we go into that one that rotates. That's the one we go into. We need Pero to come through. We had a couple close calls, too, man. We had don't get it twisted. We had a couple close calls. Look, I'll talk in full detail if you guys want me to about how Joshua Buatsi, how that fight went, and Troy Parker, but I didn't break it down. We knew what we were getting ourselves into with that fight as well. We knew that Joshua Buatsi is a guy that he's disinterested in there, and he was fighting a guy with a horrible game plan. And I wasn't mad with the decision. I'm actually fortunate that the judges didn't reward that negative game plan by Parker. I'm glad they didn't reward that. We also have NBA in the show. Yeah, dude, you boys in the NBA chat are whole different animals. I pop my head in the NBA chat, and it's like I told you, boxing fan behind the scenes. It's like when you're in second grade and your teacher asks you to grab the stapler from the fifth graders, and you knock on the door, and you're all scared and nervous, and that door opens. And you're like, what the hell? That's how I felt going into the NBA channel. You guys are crazy in there. Sal's ball talk. It's easy for everyone to play Monday morning quarterback. No worries. We got you, baby. Let's keep doing it. Look, I can't guarantee victory every time. The only thing I could guarantee is that when I'm speaking on a matchup, you could at least expect that I've done my homework. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to be 100% accurate. We got some big fights. We got Ortiz Lubin this coming week. We got so much to talk about. What's up, C. Miller? Every time I see C. Miller, I think about No Limit. I think about growing up in the '90s, and when No Limit came on the street, out of nowhere, with Master P, Ice Cream Man, Silk the Shocker, C Murder. So I hear C Miller, C Murder, free. I can't believe my man's still locked up. If it serves me correctly. Peace and love to the chat. Shawnee thinks about to study on floor. I cannot wait for this fight. Nick Flaz, Tiger Johnson, boys. Right? There's going to be a few fights that's going to divide the Discord this week for sure. It'll be Nick Flaz versus Tiger. That's one of them. Virgil versus Lubin. I know I did a poll. I did a poll maybe a month ago, and I think 90% of you guys said Virgil. Virgil's one of my favorite fighters. All I'm saying is, if you watch the live stream I did last night with Gary from 3D Boxing, if you're not following Gary from 3D Boxing, go do it. He's like, I look at Gary as like a stats professor. Get like I'm kind of like the wild one. Like I'll color outside the lines and shit. But Gary's like the professor. He keeps things in line and margins, but we come together in the middle. If you're not following Gary at 3D, go follow him. We were talking about Lubin and Virgil, and I was giving him my stance on a path to victory for Lubin, and then he goes, "What, are you taking Lubin?" I go, "No, I'm not saying I'm taking Lubin. I'm just saying that I think a lot of people are underestimating him." Tennessee, Chattanooga. When I was a kid, I think it was 1996. I was 14. Usher, you had to be there. Usher had just released the live album. So the album with Bedtime, but the studio album with Bedtime, it's one of my favorite Usher songs, was obviously recorded. He released the live album with like Nice and Slow, and he filmed it in Chattanooga, Tennessee, because the whole album, he's like, Chattanooga, I miss you too, I miss you too. Constantly thinking of things to do, places where we can make love. I wanna hold you. What you know about that? That Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Queensberry judges the worst. Bro, Ilagos, what's up, playa? Queensberry, UK, British, the domestic British scene. I mean, look, we can't just talk about the judges. The reffing was horrible as well, Elagos. The reffing, dude, that ref during the Buatsi fight, it's the ref's job. It is the ref's job from jump, from the minute the opening bell rings, to create a flow of the fight, to disallow fouls and allow the rhythm of a fight to go down, right? The ref during the Buatsi fight was awful. He had zero control. Bob C. Glad Parker lost 100%. I agree with this. This was my exact sentiment. I'm glad that they didn't reward that negative ass fight plan. All right, here we go. Main event, boys. The big fella, Diamante. And guys, if you're not watching the fight, you can stay up to date. As you can tell, the chat is keeping everyone up to date. Chilltown in the house. That No Limit bad boy was lit. I'm just salty, Stan, about the whole, like, obviously how Puffy's legacy turned out, because people forget that glam era in the 90s when everybody was rocking like shiny coats. Broken glass everywhere. If it ain't about the money, Puffer just don't care. I'm the summertime fly guys. Tom Wise got H-W-A-I-I. And Mace, could you please stop smoking la la? Puff, why try? I'm a thug, I'm a die. Dude, when that shit came out, people were like, your boys were listening to it, making the face like, what is this? And, they had a lot of haters a little bit, but then, that shit was everywhere. Every dance club, every radio station. When Mace came on the scene too, man, Mace had like a year or so where everybody was on him too. He dropped a solo album. All right, Jordan Thompson's about to walk out, guys. We're about to turn business on. I need Pero. I need Pero to come in. If Pero comes in, we're going to the top restaurant with the rotating floor. We're at the buffet right now. We're eating. We out here eating, but we want to be on that rotated floor, boy. I'm going to stand on biz. I'm definitely going to check out that versus See Murder. It was a group of us, just a group of 5. Now 3 dead, 1 in jail, and I'm the only one alive. The Young Bucks try to hate on Silk the Shocker's delivery, but I look at Silk the Shocker and I think he was innovative. Silk the Shocker, that off beat, off timing, I'm all about it. This is for his verse in Bourbons and Cadillacs. Come on, dude. People don't know nothing about it. This is not Muscle Brown in the house, who's actually Muscle or PJ. You know what you need to do? You need to hire Critchy from our Discord, and you need to take the profile pic of Muscles, and then the reflection, you should make it you. You should make the first side Muscles, and then have the reflection looking back like you. I think it'd be hilarious. The Queen Mia, yeah, you the bet. The Queen Mia X. People forget about that whole era, man. I gotta stay focused. All right, the boys are getting announced. Guys, wherever you're tapping in, like the video, hit subscribe if you haven't already. You guys are watching a live chat of our Discord. Pero's walking out right now. This is a heavyweight match between a guy who's 6'6" and a guy who's 6'4". I got to be honest with you guys. When we think about the Cubans, well, you know what? I'm going to throw the Cubans in there. I'm going to throw the Dominicans in there. Over the last 6 months, you know, we've seen these guys not really live up to expectation. If we had to categorize that region of profile, like the amateur style, dominant. It seems this modern era of Cuban, Dominican, when they go from amateur to the pros, there's like this sort of like learning curve. So I am a little bit, I'm not 100% convinced. Like, I'm obviously watching this one with sweaty palms. I got the Olympian here, but you know, Jordan Thompson, 6'6". He's gonna be light on his feet. At least when he was younger, he has like a karate, traditional martial art background when he was younger. So like when he was younger, you see him, he'd be on his toes, hopping in and out, and you know, a lot of tricky stuff. We haven't seen him since the Jaya Pataya knockout. I was bumping C-Rax and DBSB a decade before I found boxing. Nice, man. They kind of converge, don't they? Anybody in the chat have Jordan Thompson? And who wants to come on? That's love, gang. Keep streaming that timeless music. Got more. Bad boy, let's go. All right, it's about to start. I want to know where the action's at. Where do you guys? Where's your money here? Guys, if you're in the Discord, I'm going to put the link up one more time. See if you guys want to pop in. Boxing fan, you want to pop in? Are you watching the fight? If somebody else is watching the fight, it'd be good. Invite guests. Rodolfo Aguiar. Let's go. Price is nice. Only anyone going with Thompson. Small bet on Thompson. Okay. So Kiza, did you put the bet in? This is a legit question. Was this a bet that is keeping your parlay live, or was this like, you know, one of the fights lost and we're playing odds now? I'm just interested because I didn't put too much study into this matchup, but I threw it on a nice little parlay. The odds are there. Like if because I have a live parlay from Wednesday with this fight on it, but if shit got dusted, why not sprinkle something on the dog if you're trying to dog hunt? You guys know my style. If I'm dog hunting, it's gonna be a week before. Like the only way I'm dog hunting and I'm putting money on dogs is if I film studied it and I broke it down. A small bet on Thompson 14. Well, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? it's depending on your bankroll, why not throw sprinkle something on there? Let's go, Pero. I have faith in you. Same. I'm talking to spin back Jordy. I got Jordan. Okay, so it seems some of the boys. I got Pero on point. Shits and giggles. Shawnee, same. Thompson by this. This is insane. Is this up to date? This oh my bad. Is this up to date here? Thompson by decision plus 1,000? Insane. Money line and points. Anyone? I'm asking the chat. Anyone taking the stoppage? Anyone taking the? I didn't see what the stoppage was paying. What are you guys getting for the stoppage on Pero? For Pero to stop Thompson? Like I said, I only took money line work, but round one's about to start. I need Pero just to win, but I mean, we haven't seen Thompson, like I said, since the Jaya Pataya fight. It's an interesting matchup. This card was built around Pero. Don't get it twisted. If you guys are, in the game, you'll know that they're getting a lot of sort of underground marketing behind them in terms of like the fan base. People think that this dude is legit. We'll see. I mean, if you're judging the fighter by like what they're looking like, the physicality, this is one of those matchups where like in the streets you'd be like, oh, the dude with the braids is definitely gonna win based off of like optics. But watch how the Cuban boxes. Cuban Southpaw. So this is a round one classic Southpaw versus Orthodox matchup. So both guys are heavyweights, meaning that in this division, all you have to do is really touch a guy. A lot of these guys are going to have power. So in this Southpaw versus Ortho matchup, you see Thompson, he's circling away from Pero's power side. So that's going to be his movement the entire time. He is circling from his right to his left, circling away from Pero's power, his backhand. And now Pero's going to want to cut there you go. Pero's going to want to cut the ring off and walk him onto his backhand. Now, you can't just do that. You have to set that stuff up with your jab. You have to set it up with feints. You have to get your opponent guessing. So far, a minute in, you can see Thompson, he's using his length to keep Pero at bay. Pretty up and down. Yeah, this one... The thing about Thompson to watch is how he wears punches. Sometimes... you could say he's a sort of fighter who kind of falls apart technically in their guard when they start getting hit. He doesn't want to be on the ropes. So we're about a minute 40 left in the first. Unless Thompson thinks, I mean, when we're talking game plan, unless Thompson thinks he's going to counter and walk Pero onto something, having Thompson circle out is exactly what Pero's going to want to do. So the way Thompson is going to have to negate that game plan is stand your ground. You're going to have to punch with him at one point. You know what I'm saying? You have to stand there and punch with him. This is where. So when Thompson gets his back up against the ropes, he has a tendency to stay tall, and his guard kind of falls. Watch. And I think Chris just said it. I think Algieri is commentating here. I think that's Algieri. Maybe not. Maybe it's Chris Mannix. I don't know who works for who. If it's Chris Mannix, I respect Algieri. Mannix is kind of sus. No offense, Mannix. With 45 seconds left in the first. $30 seconds in the first. This is a 10-rounder. On the money line, Pero was by close was about a 3-1 favorite. So far, I like Pero's vision. I like the high guard, and I also like, how he's keeping, his eyes on him the entire time. He looks switched on. 1-0 Pero. It's hopefully it heats up. We'll see. Hopefully it heats up. Boxing fan with the super chat. Appreciate you. If Pero gets knocked out, what round would it be? A wild guess. If Pero gets the KO, if he wins by stoppage, It's tough. Sometimes they. I don't live and die by that sword. I mean, here's what I mean. If you guys watch the Lyndon Arthur fight, he got dropped early, and then he said sometimes when guys aren't settled into the fight and they're cold, they don't have that lather. They get caught early, then well, Big Baby looks like he's lost a lot of weight, and they get caught, and then they settle in the fight, and then you can kind of see the momentum. Mid to late rounds, because he's not going to rush his work. Right now, his style, the Cuban southpaw, he's kind of like if this fight's he's painting his picture. He's expect him to turn the volume up slightly here. Add a little bit more feints, see if he could get Thompson biting on something, and that's what's going to happen. He's going to look for Thompson to bite, and then he'll turn that volume up. Now Thompson's a pro. I don't know if that sort of. I don't like his backhand. I gotta be honest. I don't like what Perro's doing. I don't know if, I haven't seen enough of Perro to see if he's just kind of setting him up. Kind of doing that lazy backhand on purpose. Maybe he's baiting him. Technically, I don't like it. Why not just throw the straight? You know what I mean? Like, he's throwing it real lazy. And Perro needs to cut the ring off there. So every time Perro chooses to sit down and throw something powerful, Thompson picks up on it and he scoots out, which is fine. It shows Thompson has some pedigree. Every time he's it's kind of like a cat and mouse right now. As you see, every time Thompson sees Perro bite down, Thompson circles out. So what Perro's going to have to do is hide that. He has a tell so far that Thompson's picked up on. Every time he goes here, sits down, Thompson exits, which is the smart thing to do. What Perro's going to want to do is hide that. Feint a bit. Move the head. There you go. I'm a big foot feint guy too. I think the foot feinting is sort of a lost art, especially if you do it subtly. You mix a foot feint in with some body work. That's nice from Thompson. That's nice from Thompson. A minute left in the second. How you guys scoring it? Okay, there we go. Nice little catch and counter. You see me keep moving my head because I have my screen blocking the other screen. Stand on business is round 7. Why? Oh, wait till the fight starts. Low blow. The Discord. Thompson was childhood friends with promoter Frank Smith, so I think it would give me a mental edge. Yeah, if you read Thompson's story, Thompson comes from a privileged background. I think his father super astute, prestigious. I think his father is a scholar, some sort of educator, or maybe he comes from some prestige. Jordan Thompson. I mean, isn't it well documented that he had to hide his fighting career from his parents? he had to fight under fake names because he didn't want his family to know he was fighting, which I think is pretty gangster. When one of my favorite divisions in the UFC in the 2010s was the welterweight division, the era of George St. Pierre, Matt Brown, Carlos Condit. Carlos Condit's dad was sort of like a governor of New Mexico. I don't know if he was the governor, but he worked politics at that level. And so everybody knew about Condit, whose nickname was a natural born killer. Like, this kid, he didn't need to fight. And then you'd watch him fight. And at one time he was an interim UFC champion. His style was absolutely brutal. One of my favorite striking styles was Condit. But he came from a family where, a lot of times you find fighting as a rescue. It's a way out for a lot of people. But Thompson's one of these guys who kind of had to hide it. Follow Mike TV, 10-0 pro. Mike TV's a 10-0 pro. He's fighting in December, trying to extend his record to 11-0. Follow Mike TV. I like it. So the boys in the Discord, spin back Jordy 2-0 Perro, PJ the promoter, time to take 10 minutes. The ref is helping us. The ref got his money on the over. I'm kind of giving you guys a look into our Discord. Shit pops off, especially when things get controversial. Round 3, guys. I have a 2-0. How you guys scoring it? That's not bad. The work so far from Thompson, though, guys, it's all defensive. It's all, not quite. I mean, obviously not as negative as what we saw with the Joshua Buatsi fight. Nice counter. All right, Thompson, looking a bit decent. We just saw Perro for the first time throw his check lead hook. That was nice. That's legal. That's a legal shot. You could hear it hitting the skin. So I don't like Thompson complaining about a legal body rip. Oh, the fight is 10 rounds, SV. We are in round 3. There's 2 minutes left in round 3. I got Perro up 2-0. What up, Johnny? I need over 6.5. Let's go, Jean Pablo. 3,300 to 1. I'm hoping, baby. So, John Pablo, once we get to round 7, we got a minute 40 in the third. If Thompson, like right now, Thompson's fighting like he's adhering to the fact that he's going to lose a decision. He's going to have to change it up and get Perro's respect. The way Perro operates, though, like when you look at his physique, nothing jumps out off the paper about him that looks like. But what he does is in the pocket, he's really technically like there. He's really comfortable. He makes some of his offense looks effortless in a way that you almost overlook it for looking basic. Sometimes a technical guy will be mistaken for looking basic. Especially, he doesn't look like a super athlete. He's not super explosive. He's not that. I mean, he's 6'4". He's not a giant guy. Nice body work. I want more of that. Ooh, this is what I'm talking about. I'm a big body punch guy. You know that. Hit that like button. Come on. Yeah, let's get those likes up. We got 20 seconds left in the third. If it keeps going like this, Perro's doing exactly what he wants to do. I mean, unless Thompson is like rope-a-doping, like trying to bait him. Thompson does have a good gas tank. I would definitely work the body. We haven't seen him in 2 years, though. What is he now? In his mid-30s? So sometimes in boxing, you get old quick. You get old overnight sometimes. His last, he lost to Jai. No one's putting their hand up to fight Apataya, though. Jordan fighting scared. No, he looks fine. Chilltown, he got to let his hands go. So you guys are also watching up-to-date Discord. And for all you boys who might be on the fence, you guys might be following me already, obviously. You might be on the fence about joining the Discord. This is one of the biggest benefits, is the live chat element during fights. A couple bucks a month gets you into the community. During fights, it's a live chat. So a lot of the boys make their money off of live betting. Chilltown, one of the guys, you guys will know him from Twitter. He's been on my channel. He makes a living off of this. A lot of the boys, a few other guys in there are doing like massive amounts of money to win massive amounts of money. So SV, how many rounds? We are going into the fourth. It is a 10-rounder. I have Perro up 3-0. How you guys scoring it? That Lyndon Arthur Bradley Ray fight was fun though. I think I ended up getting like 6 rounds in watching. Lyndon Arthur's straight right hand was landing all night, and Bradley Ray's lack of head movement was shocking. Yeah, so I don't take any sort of credence in Chris Mannix scorecards, but I agree, 3-0. I want to see more body punching from Perro, though. Thompson's in the fight, guys. It's not like he's losing every round. He's in the fight. It's just going to come down to, though, his does he want to win the fight? In order for him to win this fight, he's going to have to put himself into the fire. You know what I mean? You could just make the decision and say, hey, I'm going to just survive and just, have an L on my box rec. Or you can make the decision and put yourself at risk to have a massive upset, but also get knocked out cold. So, oh, big hook by Perro. That was beautiful. That's sort of the technique I'm talking about from the Cuban. Like nothing too flashy, and sometimes his techniques look basic, but that hook was so short, not a lot of fat on it, and it kind of answered my question earlier in the fight. He was throwing this looping back hook that kind of looked lazy, and I was like, is he? He has to just be baiting him with that punch. And then 30 seconds ago, he lands that short one, just bang. So yeah, he has some craft to his game, the Cuban Olympian. So we got 50 seconds left in the fourth. Jairus Kaluza, I agree with you, bro. It's one of my favorite sort of things going into Virgil versus Lubin is Virgil's body punching. Yeah, so 30 seconds left in the fourth. Jordan Thompson, he's barely sweating. He's losing the whole fight. He's not doing anything to win. But if anything, if you're on Team Perro, you just gotta, make sure that he's, measuring his gas tank. You don't want to, the last thing you ever want to be, and I tell all the boys this, whether I coach them in person here in Sydney or you guys are on my chat, is the last place you ever want to be in any fight is with your gas tank gone. I don't know if there's a scarier place to be in life, in either a sparring session, a fight, and you have no gas. So we've seen it happen recently. Is that what happened in the Yoel Gomez fight? I can see it. There's a little bit of David Hay to him. There's a little bit of David Hay to him. He's not even breathing hard. And this was the thing going into this fight about Jordan Thompson. There were a few things. Hadn't seen him since the appetite stoppage loss. He has a good gas tank. And he's been a pro for a while. That was the hook. Did you see how, if you're watching the fight, they're showing the replays around 4. That was the first time we saw Perro throw that from the lead side. He dipped down. He dips, because he's a southpaw and Thompson's orthodox. Thompson bites, and then he throws the lead hook over the top. It was beautiful. Probably my favorite punch of the fight so far. So we got round 5. What do you think about Zach Parker decision? Um, yeah, I'm glad. Buatsi, I'm glad that they Zach Parker's the game plan was off. It was I blame that on his camp, and I'm glad that the judges didn't award him of victory fighting that negatively. That's if they would have given him that fight, that's bad for boxing. It is. You don't want to start awarding guys victories for that sort of display. But it wasn't Parker's fault. Parker executed the game plan that his team gave him, and from that perspective, he fought great. It was just the wrong game plan. You know what I mean? When you watch Buatsi slow, sluggish, flat, what you want to do with Buatsi is, you turn him, you angle him, you out angle him, and Parker did it a few times in the third and the seventh, and he didn't do it enough. And I thought that should have been the game plan. He was the quicker guy. He used the whole ring, so he had better feet. Why not angle? Why not out angle him? I thought that game plan was horrific. I blame that on the camp, 100%. And the announcers were shit as well. Yeah, the announcers in that Buatsi fight should be ashamed of themselves, and the referee should be ashamed of themselves, and Parker's team. If Parker's team was listening, I would bring them on so we could debate. That's a terrible game plan, especially what you know about Buatsi, what you're dealing with. He's not a quick guy. He's not an explosive guy. Why fight him so negatively? I just couldn't get over that fact, especially when you had Parker who had the better feet. He was quick. Parker was fighting like he didn't want to get hurt, and I'm glad that they didn't give him that decision. Buatsi fought smart and disciplined. Parker was, yeah. I mean, and think about this, guys. It's the referee's job from the time the fight starts to dictate the rhythm of the fight, right? To disallow clinching if he's that type of ref. To disallow all the big punches. And think about how many times Parker went to the ground. You know, from like smothering Buatsi. It was the game plan though. You know, every time you're in the clinch and you land a jab to the body or you level change and Buatsi, lands his jab, grab and push him. It was ugly to watch, hard to watch. And I think Parker, I counted, was on the ground 5 times. And the ref didn't, do. And the ref needs to, as soon as that fight starts, lay out the boundaries. All right, look, this isn't going to go down this way. I'm going to start deducting points here. And that's on him as well. 10 seconds left. Fight's going to be half over soon. The over's looking good, boys. I think it's 5-0 Pero. What do you got? How you guys scoring this? What's the chat saying? Those body shots slowing Thompson down. If he doesn't ramp it up now, he won't get the decision. What are they saying in the chat? He could win this if he just keeps throwing on the outside. People are saying that Thompson could win this fight. Are we watching the same fight, guys? Who was in the chat earlier helped produce the album? Bath Boy, who was in the chat earlier. Did he? Bath Boy's a JSB insider. He's in our Discord. I didn't know he was a producer. We also have Coach Bermudez in the chat too. So, Yenis Tejas is coach. He's also who's the big Cuban, the big southpaw. You guys know Coach Bermudez. We got pro fighters. We got producers in the chat. Yeah, Bath Boy's in the Discord too. I didn't know he was a producer. My bad, Johnny. Let's go. This will be a 20 leg. Let's go, John Pablo. Hopefully you learned some. Hopefully I assisted in a little bit of way. If I helped you in any way, John Pablo, we're good. Let's get this dub. Chilltown, it's a winnable fight if he lets his hands go. Damn, the Discord. I could see the boys in the Discord. They're hoping that Thompson gets this victory. Thompson, what he's doing there is he's pawing his jab and he's just throwing his backhand. Throw your left hook. You see, he's afraid to throw his hook. And Pero's baiting him. If you guys are watching this live, this is the game within the game. Thompson's pawing, throwing his backhand, but Pero is letting him throw the backhand, daring him to throw the hook so he could counter him with his lead hook. It's if you're a boxing nerd like myself, it's actually exciting. Oh, Pero's grimacing. I think there was a headbutt. Iron Man in the chat. Pero is doing this punch like this. He's going here and then down like a 12-6. Pero looks like he's getting tired, though. 90 seconds left in the 6th. I think this is going to get interesting. So, John Pablo, do you just need the over or do you need Pero on the money line? Or did you just take the over? A minute left in the 6th. Guys, wherever you are in the world, like this. Make sure you subscribe. I'm coming from Sydney, Australia. Johnny says boxing. You're watching a live stream of our Discord. It's a VIP Discord. We started 12 weeks ago. There's about 254 of the boys in there now. And it's a couple bucks a month to get in there. The link is pinned in the comments here. Stan, how did you create a paywall for Discord? I'll pay you to teach. I'll help you out, brother. Stand on business. I have mine linked with YouTube, but if the boys know that I'm very, very reachable. If you guys message me on Instagram, I always message you back. I want all of us to eat, by the way. Like if I grow, you grow, and if you grow, I grow. So the best way to stand on business is follow me on Insta and send me a message. Be like, hey, Johnny, it's Stand on Business from YouTube. And then I'll follow you back. It's just my name on Instagram, Johnny Stofko. It's getting interesting, boys. I still have Pero winning. But at this stage of the game, We'll see. Maybe this was his game plan the entire time, Jordan Thompson, to get beat up for 6 rounds and let Pero fade himself out and then try to get a late stoppage. We'll see. I've always been a type of athlete, whether I was playing, basketball, baseball, whatever sport, boxing. Now, I'm always going to weaponize my cardio. I think that's one of the most underrated skills to have, because if you weaponize your cardio as an athlete, that shows that you're prepared. It shows dedication to the game. And, it's such a psychological way to defeat your opponent, is to beat them with your cardio. I love it. I like, you're not only beating up your opponent, but you're also making him drown, dude. Let's go. Big fan. So when I see fighters who fade, I don't judge many things about fighters, you know what I'm saying? But when guys don't come in prepared, I'm going to judge you on that. I'm going to judge you on preparation, cuz you could control that. Do that. Brian Gumate, Philippines. We got love for the Philippines. Hopefully the legend Manny, any news on Manny's next fight? I mean, Manny Raleigh at 47? Thompson's hurt. You see Thompson. Oh, big shot. Guys, they're exchanging. Thompson's a bit of a dog. Pero's looking tired. If Pero fades a little bit, Thompson's going to stop him. This is getting really interesting. 2 minutes left in the 7th. You need that 8.5. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brendan. 2 minutes left in the 7th. I need Pero on the money line. It's all up in the air. Pero's winning every round, but I'm saying Thompson's game plan, the one thing about Thompson is his cardio. I don't know if that was man, Thompson's been crying about these body shots all night, though. He called that foul. You hear what the ref said? The ref was like, he called that foul. That was legal. Oh, that wasn't legal. That was low as hell. Manny versus Amir Khan. For real? I was hearing he would get another legit chance at a world title, because they're talking about Barrios versus Ryan at 47. That news was kind of breaking today. And then Raleigh versus Manny would be fun. All right, I'm going to keep Brendan up to date since he needs the over 8.5. And I think John Pablo needs the over as well. Oh, that body shot might have hurt Pero. Minute 23 left. Paro's getting tested now. This is getting interesting, guys. Now I'm starting to sweat the pick. A minute left in the 7th. Are they going to take a point? He's taking a point? I think they're going to take a point. Don't take a point. I hate when the ref becomes part of the... That's like the third low blow this round. Is he taking a point? Damn, he took a point. That ain't good. He has a big lead. A minute left in the 7th. See, this is these storied Cuban amateurs turning pros, guys. Things got a lot interesting. That point deduction's huge. I mean, especially if they give this round, you could have given the 6 to Thompson. 1 through 5, Pero, easy money. But a 10-8 round is huge. It is only a 10-rounder. 20 seconds left in the 7th. We'll see. Perro wobbled? I don't like Perro's body language, boys. All right, round 8. Oh, Thompson's smiling at him. It's getting interesting. Does anyone have Thompson for the win? And the Discord is starting to turn on the Cuban. You guys see that? The Discord is turning on the Cuban, boy. Julius, Perro's a hype job. Give me my man 10 more minutes. I don't understand why it's like that, but thanks for the clarification. He's pissing me off. He could win this fight. All right, Tommy's answering boxing fan. Tommy has, I think Tommy S picked Thompson here. Bob C. All right, the Thompson fans are coming out the woodwork. What's the live betting saying, boys? Anybody live betting? What are the odds currently? I'm going to ask the chat. They locked the betting. Boxing fan always keeping us up to date. All right, live odds. We'll see if Discord. So round 8, Perro needs to win this round. Oh wow, minus 800. It's round 8, SV. Round 8 of 10, guys. If you hit the over, you're looking good. That point deduction hurts. 67-65, but Chris Mannix, I never trust his scorecards. I sprinkled 8, 9, and 10 carbon. 2 minutes, 20 left in the 8th. The over's hitting, boys. Damn, Carbon, Dimitri. Looking good. Need Perro by TKO any chance. It could happen. Thompson's sturdy though. He's looking sturdy, but the body work. Thompson looks susceptible to the body. And Perro is going to be susceptible if he fades, but he shouldn't, man. There's only about 8 minutes left in this fight. Ooh. Thompson's opening up. Perro's landing big. They're exchanging, boys. A minute 45 left in the 8th. Thompson's taking more risks. Yeah, Thompson's body language. The optics on Thompson look better. Perro cannot afford the fade. 90 seconds left in the 8th. The boys are exchanging. Thompson's landing clean now, guys. Anybody bet on Thompson, it's looking like a live bet. A minute left. It's gotten real interesting. Oh, he just got caught with a hook. We'll see how tough Perro is. This is going to be a will of attrition, boys, down the home stretch. These are those moments in a fight where you really, the self-chat is there. Do I really want to be a fighter? Do I really have what it takes to be a world champion? 45 seconds left in the 8th. I think Thompson might need a stoppage, but he's coming on strong. Oh, that's a good combo from Perro. Perro's slowed down a lot. Perro's mouth breathing. 30 seconds left in the 8th. What's happening now is every time Perro fires, Thompson returns. I think Thompson gave away too many rounds early, though. You know, there's about 6.5 minutes left in this fight. If this finishes how it's trending, it should be Perro, very close decision if he could last the next 6 minutes. And if that is the storyline, I think Thompson's going to look back and kind of regret some of these early rounds. Thompson's wobbled. No, shook it off. Whew. All right, Brendan's up. 1 bet 1. Now just need me the money line. Brendan Theuer up. They're eating. Julius says the boy sparring partner money came in on Thompson a lot. Phone booth entered the chat. The Discord's off the hook, boys. Aren't these heavyweights? They are. So open betting is back. Boxing fan, let me know about the odds right now. It's plus 700. Draw, knockout Perro plus 2,000. Jesus Christ. Live betting is the move right here, boys. If you guys have options for live betting, what's the Discord saying? He's only plus 200 now. Wow. Who's plus 200? This, see, you can't ever bet the house on these amateurs coming to the pro level. This is insane. Wow. 9. Jordan Thompson's turning it on, guys. Perro's the one who looks tired. Perro's going to have to dig deep here. He's going to have to get a second wind. It's just that, like I said, the numbers 40 to 406, 114 to 262. So over 8 rounds, Perro has landed almost 3 times the amount of punches because of that big lead he jumped out to. So in my opinion, I mean, he should, even if he loses these 2 rounds, he should win maybe a split because of the big lead. The point deduction hurts him a bit. He better not go down, though. I just think Thompson gave away too many early rounds. Appreciate you, boxing fan, for having me do it. Guys, we're approaching an hour into the chat. We got about 2 minutes left in the 9th, and it's a lot closer than I thought it would be. I didn't think Jordan Thompson would be this tough. Jordan Thompson he got my respect. And Perro's getting tested. I would like this to happen, SV. I hope you're right, SV. 90 seconds in the 9th, guys. What's the live betting say, boys? Plus 190. So if you guys are looking on the right, that's the Discord live chat. Oh, Thompson's pouring it on. We better not get one of those bougie English ref stoppages. You know, like when the refs jump in during mid-punch exchange and stop the fight. You know, we saw it a couple times. You know, Parker versus Wardley. A minute left in the 9th. I think we need open scoring, too, in boxing. Perro's punches aren't affecting Thompson at all. They're all just arm punches now. None of that. It's all that. You know, a lot of energy to torque. Boom, boom. 40 seconds left. Oh, Thompson's hurt. Thompson's out. Thompson's on wobbly legs. He's going to go out cold. He's going to go out cold. Perro's looking to stop the fight. The ref is going to let him die. Thompson looks like he's out on his feet. Did Perro punch himself out? This looks bad. Thompson is out on his feet. The ref is basically saying if he dies, he dies. 13 seconds left in the 9th. Oh, Thompson's wobbled. It does not look good for him. Big round for Perro. Perro's wincing. Maybe he has a hand injury. Big round for Perro. Needed it. Perro live odds. Did you guys go live odds, dude? This is what I'm telling the boys. So Brian Gumate, SV, all the boys in this chat right now on my live stream, I'm telling them the benefit of our Discord isn't just getting our picks. It's learning how to bet. You know, Perro live odds minus 250 was a gift. That's crazy. You got him at minus 250. How heavy did you go, though? That's the real question, my friend. What do you need a freaking spoon for? Aka! How heavy did you go? No. If no, the ref didn't stop it, but if this was England, it would have been stopped. Like Thompson was out, you know, wobbly legs, shaky, leaning on the ropes. If we were in England, old mate would have stopped it. 3 minutes left. The whole trajectory of those last few rounds changed. Will Perro go for the knockout, boys? Thompson looks like he's seen a ghost now. He doesn't look. Thompson's legs aren't back. Yeah, Thompson's legs aren't under him. He fought, you know, I'm impressed, man. Jordan Thompson fought way more brave than I thought he would. After 5 rounds, I was upset I didn't go heavy before the fight. Never thought I'd get this opportunity. I would 500, make 200 back. I had one thing. Look at my man. MMA better. It ain't over yet. Thompson's back. Oh, Thompson got a chin on him, boys. Oh, Perro does one of the weirdest. Perro goes like this, and then 2 minutes left in the 10th. It's everything's still to play for. I put 5 on Thompson decision plus 1500. Holla at your boy. Thompson doesn't look as what's the word? Spry as he did 2 rounds ago. He just glanced at his corner and kind of looked, like, all right. Oh, they're trading. 90 seconds to the 10th. Ooh. Ooh. Fighting in a phone booth. 1:20 left. Right now, it's all arm punches, though, boys. It's all. We're going to see if they're going to empty the tank. Pero, he didn't fade. He faded slightly. But, he had to dig deep here. Barring any sort of miracle knockout or knockdown, I think this is a Pero UD. Should be unanimous decision here. Thompson fought his way back into the fight, though. So hats off to Jordan Thompson. This is a type of performance for a veteran who basically is telling promoters all around the world, like, hey, I'm still a guy that you could call upon in main event. He's prepared. They're trading. 30 seconds left. He fought well for himself. This is a very proud fight for Jordan Thompson. I'm impressed with his durability. I knew that he was going to have a gas tank. And you know what? All in all, 20 seconds left. Pero is faded slightly. He's going to take stuff from this. Thompson has a bit of class to him. These judges' scorecards are going to be fun, though. 10 seconds left. Ooh! Thompson is just eating hook after hook. Oh, my God. Thompson got a chin on him, dude. Jesus Christ, Thompson got a chin on him. Unanimous decision. UD. The live betting was crazy. You guys got the live betting on Pero when it flipped was insane. I think easy MMA better. I agree. I don't think I don't see he had the point deduction, no knockdowns. He basically gave away the first 5 rounds. So you give away the 5 rounds, you have the 10-8, I think, in the 7th, and then he loses 9 and 10. I mean, this is a UD. That's my style. MMA better. No draw. Let's see. I didn't get paid off. Did you guys get any Aussies in the chat? I haven't got paid out for my Buatsi fight. Any Aussies in the chat who use Bet365? Has Bet365 paid you guys out for the Buatsi fight? Make sure to tip your motherfucking bartender. All right, we're about to get a decision. Guys, we got Virgil and Lubin next week. There's some great fights next week. I will be uploading my predictions starting tomorrow, so stay tuned to the channel. Here we go. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up right after we get this decision. I appreciate everyone. I'm going to be doing live streams more and more during the fights. You guys are beasts. It should be UD. 97, 93. 96, 93. UD. We up, boys. We up. We back up. Yeah, Pero was up the whole fight. These are all the hits. Guys, I'm going to lock it up. I'll see you boys again. Hopefully you hit. We out here eating. We're at the top now. We're at that restaurant that's floating. You know, we went from the buffet to the rotation restaurant. Now we get to eat more. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow on the next one. Let's go.